I know what time it is. It's the Business Power Hour time with Darren and the Music Man.
Hey,
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Mr.
Happy,
Music Man, you looks like you were partying like a crazy man. You're all bandaged up
like
there.
it was
You got
69. Partying like it was 69. Yeah, I had retina surgery. I had
Mhm.
torn retina, and it's if anyone, I'm sure, I found out that so many people have had that, and
Right.
and it's not so much the operation that's painless, and it's just a little bit of sedative, and you're okay. It's the repair of this, what you have to do in order to have the retina go. I got a bubble in my eye. They put
Okay.
this thing, the bubble balloon, whatever, and you have to hold your head like down. It's like nuts. But thank God it's progressing. I went to the doctor a few times, and it's all okay.
All right,
And
good.
December was a tough month for you and I. Just
Everything
between
going on. It was just, yeah, it's just a tough month all the way around. And, we got through it. 2021's over. 2022 is a whole new start, fresh start.
great
And
start.
yeah, and we're going to be doing fantastic. So I'm actually pretty excited tonight. We got a really cool
You
guest
got a
coming.
really, 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 really nice person. Forget what he does and whatever. He's really nice.
Well,
Um,
I don't know. Coming from you, is that a good thing or a bad
yeah, because
thing?
I'm not very nice, and when I recognize someone that's nice, I say I want to be like them. So
Right.
why don't we be nice and
Okay.
introduce our guest for the evening? And his name is Haim Orion. Am I pronouncing that correct, Haim?
Yes, yes.
So
Welcome, Ryan.
as they say in Italian, shalom.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's our
And I'm
pleasure.
looking forward.
Yeah. So, Haim, tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
I help people get what they want from life, which is mean I need to know what is that you're looking for. I don't give advice. I don't tell you what to do. I need to know what's going on in your head. What is means success to you in your
Mhm.
mind? What I say, what I think, it doesn't relevant. What you think, what you see, that's the important thing.
So, you're the owner of In Motion Coach, right?
Yes.
Okay. And In Motion Coach, how did that come about? Obviously, one of the things that you're doing is you're figuring out or getting us to figure out what we want out of life, and you're helping us get there. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So how did you come about doing this? What did you do before you were In Motion Coach?
Okay. Let me go back in time.
We don't have that much time.
No,
You only got an hour.
I know, I make it short.
Okay.
1969, I was in the age 13, going 14,
Right.
after bar mitzvah, we start to think about what I want to do in my life. Back then, electronic was the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, let me register to school to teach electronic. So I registered to school to teach electronic, but they have different path for me.
Okay.
Say, no, you're going to be auto mechanic. Well, in that age, what
So
do
wait
you
a
know?
second. Wait a second. You wanted to go into electronics, but somebody said no. You're not going to do that.
The
You're gonna be an
school,
auto.
yeah,
The school, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because they didn't teach electronics? They only taught auto mechanics? Is that
No,
why?
they teach electronic, but they say you're not qualified to do electronic. You're good for auto mechanic. I don't know why, but that's what they decide. In that age, 13, what do you know? You just follow. You obey order from
Right.
others.
You do what you're told. We had this
Right.
conversation a little
Yeah.
bit beforehand. We were raised in a very different environment.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, I said, well, I do that. So if that's what the thing I'm good at, I trust that. And the last month I was practiced as an auto mechanic was January 2009. So you
Okay,
do the math.
so from 1969, you started training to be an auto mechanic, and you went all the way through 2009
Yes.
being an auto mechanic.
40 years in my life.
So, what made you change, and
What
how did you become a
happened-
coach?
What happened in 2009?
You ran out of gas.
In 2008, the recession,
That one was
recession
good.
came along. It was recession. So the place I used to work, he used to make the number every month. used to make $100,000. Gas station
Right.
make $100,000 a month, 3 bay,
Right.
and that's unheard. So when 2009 came, the number came down because of the recession.
Right.
So he asked us, the mechanic, to start to do all kind of immoral and illegal job just to make the number.
Right. I gotcha.
And he said, look, I need to make this number up and you're going to help me out. I said, what do you mean? And he started to preach what he wants us to do. And I say, I'm not comfortable. I never did that in my life. And I'm not going to start now. I'm not a kid.
Right.
He said, well, you're going to have more money in your pocket. I say, you don't do me a favor over there because you don't teach me how money work. You just give me more money to spend.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you know what? I don't like your attitude. I don't like your philosophy. Out.
After 40 years, he doesn't like your attitude. He's a little slow.
Well, that's what happened. So he said to me, out. So I said, I used to work in Brooklyn and I live in Floral Park.
All right.
So I have this commute every day, morning and evening. I said, great, now I can find some job next to my house. I eliminate the commute.
Right.
I find out I'm overqualified. Nobody want to hire me.
Because you know too much.
You have the experience.
Right.
I have the toolbox.
Right.
They need to pay me. And either they don't have a job or they say, in your price, I can take two and I can work with them the way I want, not the way.
Right.
You're
You're set in your ways. You've been doing this for 40
so
years.
I realized my day as an auto mechanic are done.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you think about setting up your own shop?
I didn't have the resource, and I didn't want to start because I know how is this business work, and I didn't saw that working for me as an owner. So I turned around and said, "Who am I? What I know about myself? This is something people don't think in that age."
Right.
And I find two things. I love people and I love to help people.
Mm-hmm.
But that still not give me any clue what to do with my life.
Right.
I mean, I can do the people what I do the car. It's not good the same.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It's
No.
not by a long shot. So you're sitting there, you're at this crossroads in your life.
Right.
I don't know what I want to do or how I want to do it. But I know being an auto mechanic isn't something that's going to happen on the go forward.
Right.
What are you doing over there, Norm? You interrupting the show.
What are you talking about?
We're getting feedback from you, man. So
I got nothing.
okay. But okay, so you're at this crossroad. You're not sure what you want to do. How do you get pointed in the direction of coaching?
So I was searching. I was find out who am I. And as I'm searching, not looking, because there is different. When you look, you're not active.
Right.
Because you're sitting and you're observing what's going on.
Right.
You're not part of the action. When you're searching, that's a different story. You move things around, you look underneath, you look sideways, you look up, you look down.
Right.
And I said, well, coaching, that's what coaching do. So I registered to school in Australia, not even in state.
Okay.
And the way it's work, you dial the number and you're in a class. There are students from all over the world.
So you were doing virtual learning
Right.
back in 2009.
Right.
Wow, that's got to be hard because even back then it was
over the phone, not we didn't have.
So it was over the phone. So you were taking
Everything
a class.
over
That's even harder.
That's even harder.
Anyway, I didn't graduate because I have argument with the school about that. They say if you want to have the certificate, what you have to do is to bring somebody with problem, fix it, and you get the certificate and you move on.
Right.
I say, well, that's not coaching, that's therapy. I don't want to be therapy.
Right.
I don't want to deal with people problem. I don't know how long they have the problem. I don't know what caused it. And that's not what I want to do.
Right.
I have different ideal to work with people. They say, okay, what is your ideal? I say, I take something good in you and make it great.
Right.
And what happened, you're going to start to spend more time in what you love to do. Yeah? I will be more successful in that than to deal with problem. They say, well, we don't teach that. Say, well, that's the way I want to walk. I say, are you on your own? I say, okay. I went to a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
She was receptionist for event planner.
Okay.
And I said to her, I have idea. I just almost graduate from coaching course.
All right.
I have ideal that I want to work with people. I want to see if it's that work. Are you willing to be my guinea pig?
Right.
And she said, yeah, why not? If it's free, yeah. We start to meet once a week.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years, she became the head of the chambers in South Jamaica, and she have her own business.
Good for her.
She did the work, not me.
Right.
I just give her the ideal. I said, well, what I'm doing is working. Let me keep doing
So
that.
you created your own program,
Right.
okay, based on what you saw other people were doing, and you said, no, that's not the way I want to go with this school in Australia. And you had an idea of how you wanted to help people. And you went, and over a 2-year period, did it take you 2 years to really get your business going? Or did you start working with this girl and then start
Her
working with other
business
people?
was going. I was checking what I do. If what I do, it's working.
Right.
It's turning out, yes, it's work.
Yeah.
And
So
from
Darren,
there,
you are a coach as well.
Yes.
Is there any similarities? Forget the accounting and that type of thing.
Yeah.
In Haim's the way he approaches things, and like, do you do something similar?
Yeah, Haim and I were having some conversations before the show, and yeah, there are some things that we do similar, and then there's some things that we do differently. I'm a little more structured and actually focused more on getting the business going and structured than necessarily getting the person to do what they love per se. Most people that come to me are their business isn't running right, and I need help doing that. A part of what we do, though, is getting them to realize what they like to do and what they don't like to do, because we
And
want.
he's also doing that. He's
Yes.
I work with businesses.
He's seeing people that
I-
are.
I work-
Go ahead. Sorry.
I work with lawyer. Later on, I work with lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
The first year is double his practice.
Right.
The second year, he double the double.
Mm-hmm.
And he open branch in Manhattan. And today, he have another branch in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah. I was auto mechanic. What I know about law?
Right.
I don't know law.
Well, it's not about, and one of the things that we do with our clients too. It's like what you were saying is we're not experts in these fields.
I don't need to know.
We need to get them to perform better. Right. That's a big
Right.
part of what we're doing. And we got to get them to perform so they can be more efficient and they can be happy, because if they're not happy, they're not going to do it right. Right. And you said that before. It's a big part of what you do.
You got to enjoy what you're doing in life.
Right.
Yeah, I find out today the quality of your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
This is the quality of your life, the
Yeah.
quality of your business. Now, what I mean by that, the quality of your thinking, because if you believe that something not going to work, first of all, why you think that way?
Mm-hmm.
When it's come from that your beliefs say that you can do things.
Right.
You hear it from someone, or you believed it from someone.
Mm-hmm.
Now you put limitation on yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if you don't think it over and break it out, you kind of stuck.
So let me ask you, right? You come across somebody who's stuck, right? And they can't get out of their own way per se.
Okay.
What type of exercise do you do with them, or what type of thing do you do with them to kind of break it out? To get them thinking.
Okay. Use. We say that the way you talk to yourself. If I talk to you the same way, you're going to kill me.
Right.
So the inner talking that person have, that's the critical one.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here is what happened with. It's kind of psychology in there. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which is mean you tell story to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of story you say to yourself? You need to change the work on that story that you tell to yourself.
So, but let me ask you.
Okay.
How often is it that somebody's not being honest about their story in themselves when they're talking to you?
When you're not honest with your story,
mm-hmm.
you're not going to be over.
No, we
Who,
get
who,
that. But
who you
Darren's
cheating with?
asking a
You cheat
Yeah.
specific.
yourself.
No, we understand that. So, because one of the things that I pride myself on is being able to recognize when somebody's bullshitting me, for lack of a better term.
Okay.
Right.
The
So,
right term. You got the right term.
right term. We say, okay, we're going to work on this and we're going to do this. I need you to really own this thing. If you really want this to work, you got to own it. You got to figure out how to do it yourself. And there are times where I get clients that tell me what they think I want to hear. And here's the funny part. When they tell me, things that they think I want to hear, it's so far off from what they should be telling me for me to be convinced that they're buying into it, that immediately can pick up that they're not buying into it and they're not being honest with themselves.
Here is the way I'm working.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that when I interact with people, I build trust.
Mm-hmm.
How I build trust, I don't talk about what you do.
Right.
I talk about who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did the workshop.
So you don't discuss business or anything else. You discuss the person.
Right. So I will. If you want to get trust from people, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
here's the way I say it. The hardest job in the world is to change the way people thinking.
Right.
If I want to change the way you're thinking, I need to juggle a few balls in the air. I don't know what I'm catching.
Mm-hmm.
But see what happened when I change the way you feel.
Right.
You're going to change the way you think.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to change the way you feel, I need to go a different approach, which is I will say something nice about you. I give you some compliment. Yeah.
Right.
Now, when I do that, you immediately lower your guard. Now you're open to listen.
Right.
That's my beginning. So I'm not going to talk how your income coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because today you plumber, tomorrow you electrician. Yeah. So your
Right.
income change, but who you are stay the same.
Right.
So I
Okay.
want to know who you are, not what you do.
I gotcha.
When I know who you are, I know what you can do. I know how you do what you do. And now
Who's on first?
That's no, and Haim's got great points with it's all about figuring out the person and getting the person to buy in. Trust is a big issue. As our clients begin to trust us, they open up more. They get, they tell us the truth, as opposed to, because one of the things that we run into, a lot of business owners are ashamed of the fact that they're not doing well or they're struggling and they don't want to be. I have a company that I'm working with right now. We were in here, we were working, and he said to me, him and I talked almost a year ago, and he wasn't ready to start working with me. And finally, it got to the point where he's like, I need help. I really need help. I need your help to do this. And he told me the reason why he didn't do it last year was he was ashamed of the position that his company was in. And what I told him was, you're not alone. Everybody goes through the struggles of running a business. Right. You got to be proud enough to say, I need help. That's a big thing with a lot of business owners, is they don't want to say help.
It's the same thing as what Haim does, except on a personal
Yeah.
side of things.
The phrase
Your
it in a
side is
different way.
business and personal. His is personal.
Yeah.
The phrase it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Which is now when I'm talking to people, let's say I'm going to work with you.
Right.
So I'm from the get-go, I'm telling you three things. You will never fail, and listen good. You will never fail.
Right.
You will impossible to make mistake, and in your life you're not going to do anything wrong. Now you say you're crazy, but I want to hear what you have to say.
You're crazy.
Because but I want to hear what do you want to say and how you say it. Here is the thing. Here is the thing. My emphasis is about doing. Mm-hmm. When you do something, it doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
Yeah. Two things happen. You get a result, and that's give you experience.
Right.
The question now is different. The question is, how does that make you feel? If it's make you feel good, we are in the right place.
Right.
Let's keep more give more time to this activity.
But couldn't you take every experience and
Hold on.
turn into a positive?
Yes. I'm not talking positive and negative at all. I will explain later if you want.
Okay.
Why not? So when it's make you feel good, put more time on this activity.
Mm-hmm.
If it's make you feel good, make you feel bad, let it go. It doesn't work. You're
Right.
not going to have good result in activity that you don't like.
Right.
Now let's put it in actual example. Let's say you're hungry. You're dead hungry. You're alone at home.
Right.
You want to do something to eat, and the only person that can make you meal is you. Yeah, you're tired from sandwich. Hold on.
I got DoorDash.
You're tired from making sandwich 1, 2, 3 and have something to eat.
Right. Yeah.
You want
I'm
to eat
teasing.
something different.
Mhm.
So what the simple thing to do? Scramble egg. Right?
Right.
You take the skin, little bit oil, you break the egg, scramble,
Right.
2 pieces of bread on
No
toasted.
oil, butter.
No oil.
Whatever you
Doesn't
Now you
just-
have a meal,
You're
right?
busting horns.
If
now.
is that meal going to come the same way that you serve in a diner?
Mm-hmm.
No, but you have a meal.
Right.
Did you fail? Did you make mistake? Did you do something wrong? You never did that in your life.
Right.
Now you got experience. Now, if you want to have that scrambled egg to come the best, do it every day. After 2 weeks, you invite all your friends, come and make you scrambled egg. You won't believe the way I make it. Now you have experience.
Right.
Yeah. That's everything in life work the same thing.
Well, it's like anything, like you just said, right? The more experience you have, the more it becomes second nature, and the better you get at it, right? So as we go through life, experience, nobody can replace experience. I always go back to when I first got into accounting. When I graduated college with my accounting degree, and I went into the real world and started doing the work, that's when I realized I knew nothing. I just had a very small basis, but it wasn't until years later, as I experienced a lot of different things, that now I can go and confidently sit with business owners and my clients and go, I can help you because I've seen it. I've done it. I've been through it. It's like you just said, when you have that experience and you can get through it, it just makes it that much better. But it's all about experience, right?
Everything's about experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what do you say?
Everything is about experience.
Yeah, I mean, you gain experience when you do.
Of course.
So you will never fail, never make mistake. You will do something that doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you fail, make mistake, or do it wrong. That's the now. More the thing you do, see what happened.
Right.
On a bigger picture, more thing that you do give you more experience in many other area.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, when you know a lot about other area, you become guru to other people.
Right.
People gonna come to you. Norman, tell me how I go this. Darren, tell me what I do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have another business.
Right.
Before you know it, you have another business.
You know what? I'm gonna mention that is how the Business Power Hour got to have the reputation and such that we do. Because back in the day when we first got started, we didn't have any experience together.
Right.
I had experience in starting. I gave to Darren. Darren picked up the ball and ran with it. And then we used both our experiences in life. This show is all about life, business life, social life, whatever it may be. That's what it is that the Business Hour, we're not staunch. This is not a pompous show. Everybody, like you said, look, you're swiveling in the chair. That's great. You're nice. You're relaxed. You're enjoying it. You're getting out your information to people, and people are paying attention to Haim. That's what this show, and that's what we do, which is exactly what you were talking about.
It's like, this is life. Now, if you go deeper, life happens on 2 scale when you pay close attention. Everything in life is time and activity.
Mm-hmm.
Everything fall in that category, time and activity. Now, time, you can touch it. Time, we need to learn how to use time, and how to work with time. Now, if somebody going to come and sell you time management, don't buy it. It's illusion.
Yeah.
Now, activity can be increased, can be decreased, can be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the thing. You can be in one activity over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Your mind becomes foggy. You stop to think. You can't think anymore. You have to do some other activity to get out. From one activity, you need to go to other.
Well, not only that, time management, because I talk to guys that do time management all the time, and the more efficient you become, and this is what I find with some people that do this stuff, the more efficient they become, the more they do. So they all think, okay, well, if I can just get better time management, I'll have more free time for myself. But what happens is they continue to fill themselves up with stuff to do. So they actually get busier.
Well, but not in the same activity.
They can do multiple activities,
right.
But they're doing, but what I'm saying from a business perspective, instead of being more efficient in these one areas and then growing the business, they're actually just taking on more work. And
which hurts the business.
Which hurts the business.
Because you got to stay. You still got to stick to the main source of what you do. Now, speaking about time, you know what time it is, Haim?
It's illusion.
It's sponsor time.
It's time.
This is the time we take a little break.
Well, first, what we're going to do, Haim, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how can they do that?
I mean, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on the phone. I'm not allowed on Facebook.
So they can reach out to you, and the information's on the screen. They can go to your website, inmotioncoach.com, right? They can reach out to you. I'm Haim at inmotioncoach.com. Facebook, look for Haim.Ohayon 96, and also look for Haim on LinkedIn. And if you want to give them a call, 516-424-6289. That's 516-424-6289. And as Norm just talked about, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to continue talking with Haim about...
I want to hear the insurance story next.
We're going to hear the insurance story,
okay,
which I haven't heard yet, but I'm looking forward to that one. We'll be right back after these messages. On the Business Power Hour gives you something that you don't normally get with your typical advertising on the internet
or in the newspaper.
Right?
None of that stuff.
You get thousands of viewers who see the show every week, not only locally but nationally and internationally
for a very nominal fee. Actually, we did it and we broke it down. It will actually cost you 0.75 cents per view that you get. That's it. All right, so if you're interested in being a guest on the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man, please give me a call at 631-698-9696 or email me at norman@friendentusa.com or call Darren at...
You can call me at 844-987-CBMS. That was 844-987-CBMS, or email me at Darren@bphdmm.com.
I think I'm going to get in touch with you also.
Yeah?
I am, to make sure that you get here on time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right?
It's the first time ever I've been late. Aquata, also known as the money tree, is a tree that flourishes in the tropical rainforest. Unlike other trees, it depends on 5 separate trunks to prosper, each one bringing its own share of water and nutrients to the leaves. Like the money tree, your business has many different trunks that need your attention. Sales, marketing, finance, operations, and culture. Fail to cultivate any one of these and the whole tree collapses. I understand this better than anyone else, which is why I developed my Prosperity Tree, a program designed to address all of these areas, not just one or two. We help you identify who you are as a company, define your direction, and assist with developing the systems that will enable you to scale your business the most efficient and effective way, allowing your company to bloom into your own prosperity tree. So plant your tree today by visiting myprosperitytree.com or call us at 844-987-CBMS. That's 844-987-2267. Matter of fact, I'm going to do shout outs.
And welcome back to the Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man and our very special guest tonight, In Motion Coach Haim Ohayon. Is that Haim Ohayon? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome back. We were, before the break, we were talking about time.
Yeah, but what we're going to do first, I want to do a couple of quick shout outs. Shout out to our friend Eileen. I actually talked to her today, Norm. She says hi.
Hi.
And my cousin Gina, who's watching tonight, big shout out to her and everybody else that's watching. Happy New Year to everybody. And I'm so glad that you're still part of the show and supporting us. So I appreciate it.
As long as you mentioned Eileen, let me also personally thank her for the wonderful, delicious gift that she sent to me and Renee for the holidays and for our illnesses. And it was yummy and it was delicious. And I thank you.
Okay. Great job, Eileen. All right. So now we're back. We're talking about time beforehand. And really, it's not about time management. It's about doing what you love. Correct, Haim? And that's,
yes.
And that's really getting down to the meat of that. So let me ask you this. If somebody is confused about what they want, and going back to when 2009, when you were sitting there going, I don't know what I want to do. I kind of have an idea what I want to do and help people, but I don't know how to help people.
Okay.
All right. How do you do you run into that situation in your coaching practice where people come to you and they're like, I'm at a crossroads. I don't know what I'm unhappy with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And I really need to figure out where I'm going.
I come to that, but in a different way.
Okay.
Which is people are not going to share with you what they want if they don't trust you.
Right.
Because I find out there is no fear that people don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of bullying.
Right.
People don't want to be bullied, which is I'm not going to tell you, if I don't know you, I'm not going to tell you what's in my heart that I want to do, because I don't know if you're going to go and make joke of that.
Right.
And I'm going to be the center that everybody make laugh of me. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
It's not going to happen.
Right.
That's fear of bullying. So you keep it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get people to decide what they want to do if they're really not sure?
When you
how do you lead them down a path?
You need to build trust with people that you're not going to violate their feeling, because it's about feeling. When people feel violate, they shut down.
Right.
Yeah. So when you bring to the point that they can trust you 100%, they will share with you what they want to do. Because in the bottom of they're looking for someone that they can say, yeah, this guy have my back. No matter what happened, he have my back. Yeah. And it's very hard to find, when you don't trust.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened to me. I mean, you talk about the insurance. I have two insurance stories, but I start with that. It was that girl. She was selling insurance for a living. She was single mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of insurance?
Insurance, I don't know.
Life insurance or something like that?
Life insurance.
Okay, she's selling
insurance.
Well, we were sitting, we're talking. Now, there is one thing that's more important to me than everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Your moral compass.
Right.
If your moral compass not aligned with mine, I'm not working. I don't care about the money.
Right.
I can give you a story about that, which is if you're not a good person, I'm not working with you.
Right.
Because I use all kind of body language
mm-hmm.
that can help you in life. Yeah, but let's leave it now. So we was talking. She was a good person, and she said to me, I don't know how much you charge. I don't know if I can afford you, but what I really, really want is to be actors in movie.
Okay.
I say, okay, what you willing to do to make that happen? She said, I will do whatever it takes. I said, you know what, that's intrigued me. Leave the money aside now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start to work. When you have income, we will talk how you will compensate me.
Right.
Before you know it, you start to get audition. Not only that, she got picked up in audition. So now, if you know how the industry works, she waiting for the investor to come and
right.
put money in a movie company. And they start to shoot, enroll, hire people. In the meantime, she started to play in small theater in Broadway.
Okay.
And I was in one of her play.
Okay.
Yeah? It was small, but look, 2 months ago, she called me. She said to me, I finished my first movie.
Really? Good for her.
So she did the work, not me. I
Right.
just want, what I give her is help and support. And
So wait,
trust.
so okay, so if we could just back up just a hair.
Okay.
Right? So you gave her help and support. Tell me about that process that you went through. Like she was
And how
telling
much
you this is
time did
what I
you
want.
spend?
And how much time did it take before she started getting auditions?
It took like 3-4 months. Yeah. Because what I did, I said to her, look, you go into acting. So let's first engage with people that in that business.
Right.
Yeah. So who they are, where they hang out, what the location the meeting, let's find out. Yeah.
Mhm.
When you find out, there is usually it's a bar or is a place that they're meeting all the time.
Right.
Start to go there. Go there, start to mingle with them. So now you know who's who,
Right.
who's the producer, who's looking for actors, and she start to mingle with them.
Sounds like a networking group.
That's the way it works. You build your network. Yeah. So that's what she did. And somebody said, well, come, I make audition tomorrow. Come
Mhm.
by. So she started to go by. So when you go to audition, you see all kind of people that looking for actors.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's opened the door for her. Yeah.
So how
I
much
just
time
give her
and
the
effort
rest.
did you put into this?
We used to meet sometime once a week, sometime once a month. Yeah. Because she didn't pay me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the next question.
But
And since she's becoming successful, have you come to agree on some terms for what she does owe you and what she will pay you
here is
going
the thing.
forward?
I later on I become executive producer in movie company, not her, some other. And as an executive producer, my job was to bring investor
Of
to
course.
pay money to make the movie.
Right.
So I bring investor to that company. Yeah. But it's not my money, it's somebody else's money. I just bring
Right.
him. So now you wait until the end of the movie. Yeah, until it's come to the screen. And then you know if you have money or not. It's depend on the distribution. Now, if the distribution, they are crook, all of them crook.
Right.
So I bring guy that give her $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to get like 10% from that, but he get his $10,000, no more than that. He was thinking to make profit, but he didn't get profit
Right.
because the company that distribute the movie, they don't give you room to make any profit. They take everything. So, but it's under my belt, which is I took girl, which is me. She do the job. I will support her. From nothing, she become actors. But I have another story also on insurance guy, which is I work with insurance broker. He hire guy that graduate from college on finance. So when you're on finance, you start with insurance and you claim up. You make the 6, the 7, and all what's in the finance business.
Right.
So the guy said to me, say, hi, take the guy and train him. Again, I sat down with the guy. I want to know his moral compass first before I charge money, before I say anything else. If it's meet with my moral compass, good, I'm good to work. And then I asked him, do you know what is your product? I said, yeah, insurance. I said, no, it's not your product. I said, what do you mean? I graduated from college on finance. I passed the exam on insurance. I can sell insurance. Now you tell me it's not my product. I say, yeah, it's not. I say, okay, what is my product? I say, your product is people.
Yep.
If you don't learn people, insurance company not going to pay you because you license. That's not the way it's work. The first month, he opened 8 accounts.
Mhm.
The second month, you open another 2 account, and I did my job. I'm not a babysitter.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
So what you
he
did,
know what he have to do.
you got him to realize really where he should focus.
This habit.
Because we run into this all the time. We go to these networking groups and you meet these insurance guys, and immediately all they want to do is sell you. And I don't. As soon as somebody starts selling me, as soon as the first time I meet them and they're starting to sell me,
See
I
ya.
don't want nothing to do with them.
That's not what I teach him.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's what I'm saying is that you didn't teach him that. You taught him not to do that.
No.
Right.
I said, I did workshop for one of the chamber in Nassau.
Okay.
I prepared 3 PowerPoint for that workshop.
Mm-hmm.
One is that communication. The second was relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is road to success.
Right.
Now, all the PowerPoint is one word, and I talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Which is mean, one of the slide was, how do you know what you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very deep question, because
Right.
you see that, you have experience,
Mm-hmm.
you hear it from someone, you watch it on the news. What do you know when it's come from?
Right.
Now let's go to your belief. You talk about you believe. Now let's say we meet. You talk about something that you believe this is true. I'm expert on that.
Right.
And I said, Darren, what are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you say that? You have no clue. You have no idea.
Right.
Your credibility go down. Your credibility is good for nothing now,
Right.
because you talk about something that you have no clue, you have no idea,
Mhm.
but you say it. So how do you know what you know? Put a lot of attention. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth shut.
Well, unfortunately,
But
and
that's what
unfortunately, in
happened.
this day and age, everybody thinks they're experts on things that they
Here
have no business even talking about.
Here is another slide
Mhm.
that I make, which is mean we go to networking.
Right.
So how is that work? We shake hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We state our name, and we start to talk about what we do for living.
Right.
Now, 80-20 rule, Pareto law, say 80% from the people are mediocre, only 20% are professional. So 80% talk about what they hate to do because they don't like what they do. But in the third sentence, you bring it up. Why?
Right.
I don't want to know that. I want to know who you are. Don't tell me what you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what's important to me. I like the way you dress. I like where you live. I like the car you drive. Tell me more about that. Or what I find out, yeah, people like to talk about themselves. They want for audience.
Mm-hmm.
They look for someone to listen.
Right.
So here is another thing I do now. I teach people how to keep their mouth shut.
Exactly.
And that's in art.
Well, you know what? We got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, right? We should be listening twice as much as we're talking.
How many people do that?
Not
How
many.
people follow?
Not
And
many.
that's
I
the
used to work for a company and I was the sales director. And before I joined them, they were doing extremely poorly. And I had no knowledge of the industry. I watched what people were saying and doing. And when someone would come into our establishment, I would introduce myself and say hi and tell me why you're here. And all I did was listen. All I did was listen. And then when we were all done, I fed them back exactly what they told me. All right. And bingo, made the sale all the time.
No, man, it's go deeper than that. Until you came, nobody was listening to me. Not my kid, not my wife, not my nobody. So because you came and you listened to me, I will tell you everything that's going on in my life. All the time that you not interrupt me. And I become your best friend because, hey, you listen to me.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I can talk. Nobody interrupt me. You have no idea what is that do to people.
I know it. Like you said, people want to be accepted. They want to be part of a team. They want to feel like, hey, you know what? This
They're
person
part of.
cares. Yeah. And that's a big part of what I see when we're working with these companies that are struggling. It's almost like, especially if there's multiple people in the company, there isn't that communication where they feel accepted with each other. Because you would think that a company small, 3, 4, 5 people, that they would be very tight.
And then
And more times than not, we find they're not tight. They don't trust each other. They're not opening up to each other. And that's part of it. Like you said, communication and understanding what everybody means.
Yeah, and so much in communication that we don't even understand. Yeah, and that, I mean, you see couple,
Right.
there is male and female, they process information in a different way. People don't know that. Now it's starting to be, I mean, hard time between couple. So
Right.
imagine what's going on in the workplace.
Yeah. And that's the big problem, right? Is this
It's not a problem. I don't see it as a problem because here it's, I'm big on, I mentioned body language. Body language built from 3 components. 55% is communication.
Yeah.
55% is body, our body talk. When you learn to have a clue, what do you say with your body? I can know if you listen to me. I can know if you tell me story. I don't know. I can tell if you tell me everything or you're hiding thing just by looking at different part of your body. I look at your leg. I look at your hand. I know already how much deep you're telling me.
Right.
I can walk into a meeting and say hello and know if I'm going to get the deal or not, just by the response of the other person.
Yeah, we
That's
learn
why a
to
dog kicks me, closes on me more times than
we learn to find some facial expression.
But see that, but see you're making a good point with reading people, but that comes with experience.
Yeah.
But you need to learn that. You need to know that.
You need to learn that. You need to
know.
Exactly.
For instance, people shaking hands. Now, people shaking hand, you need to pay attention the way they shaking hand.
Yeah.
If it's a full hand, if it's part of the hand, if it's the
they try to squeeze you.
When the thumb sticking up, what does that mean? The person likes to take control.
Okay.
Yeah. So pay attention when person stick the thumb up. You need to pay attention. You see couple walking in the street.
Right.
They're holding a hand. Yeah. Whose back of the hand showing up? If the man showing up, the back of the hand, he's the control guy. If the woman show the back of the hand, she's the control guy among the couple. People don't know that. Which is now you meet. Let's say you sell insurance,
right?
And you go to couple house.
Okay.
The first thing that you want to know is who make the decision.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. How do you know who make the decision? By asking question. Yeah. Now, what kind of question you ask to know? Here's the trick. If I ask you, how do you know when you do the right thing? It's kind of innocent question.
Right.
What is your answer going to be? There is 2 ways that you answer that. When you say, I know that, or I feel that, you're the person that make decision.
Right.
But when you start to say, I don't know, I need to hear, I need to see it, which is mean you don't make decisions, somebody else make it. People don't know that question. They don't know the meaning of that. And that's make the difference.
Right.
You talk to the women, but the husband make the decision.
Yeah.
Now, you don't look at him, you look at her. I said, this guy, what he wants, he come to sell me something. No, that's not going to happen. You kick him out. Yeah. When you talk to the decision maker, now you know you have a deal. Yeah.
So how long, let me ask you, you got a lot of great points, but typically how long is your engagement with somebody before they're really on their way? Like how long do you work? Do you work with somebody for 6 months, for a year, 2 years?
You start from the get-go. Look.
I understand you start from the get-go, but typically how long is your engagement with somebody?
I go from month to month.
It goes month to month, but...
Month to month, because if you stop working, I tell you a story that happened. I used to have a newsletter that was going out once a month. And one of the female respond back. She said, in the end of the newsletter, I call for action, which is mean, let's meet for an hour,
right,
free of charge. Let's see if we can work together. So one female called me back and she said, I want to take that hour. I said, great, let's meet. as we talk, she said, I have another friend that want to come, if you don't mind. I said, even better, if you can bring more, bring more.
Right.
I will accept everyone, just to sit down and talk. So we talked. She talked to me about the book that she write the book and how to take it out to the market.
Right.
So I give her a few ideas what's comfortable to her to take action on. And she was very happy and satisfied with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't walk, and then I talked to the other one. The other one have ideal in their head. She working as a teller in a bank, and
Okay.
she quit the bank, and she want to sell something on the internet, a female product online.
That's what she wanted to do, sell a female product online.
Yeah, I say that's excellent idea, and this is going to work because there is a market for that. My job is never to tell you that your dream is no good. So what kind of coach I am if I tell you that
Right.
your dream is not? It's not my dream. It's your dream. I need to support and help you. So I say it's a great idea, and I think you should go for it because that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on your side, and I explain how I'm working, what I'm charging, and all that. And she agrees. She say yes, and I say okay. Let's for the next 2 weeks. That's what I want you to do. First, I want you to call to the company, tell them that you're going to sell their product, which is mean now you become agent for them. So you need to have margin profit, so you buy it in a different price. Otherwise, what's the point to do that?
Right.
The second thing, you want people to find you, so contact somebody that build website and to build website for you. Like now you have a store and you have product. And after 2 weeks, we're going to talk how you start to market that.
Right.
How you go to the market, where you go, what you do. And she about to write me check that we talking. I said, no. Keep the check. I'm not going to be poor. I'm not going to be rich. I want to see you working.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not working, I don't want you on my resume.
Right.
I keep it very high. People that I'm working with, they got what they're looking for. I mentioned that. 90% from the people I'm working with, they got what they're looking for. I don't want to break it.
Right.
I don't want to lower that number. Because you're going to start to talk about that I pay you and nothing happened. And I
Right.
don't want that to happen. Not for the money.
Yeah, but aren't they paying you for your expertise? And it's really up to
Some
them
people
to
look at
execute.
that this way. I understand.
You know.
But here is what I find. When I meet with someone,
Mm-hmm.
I give you everything from the get-go. I don't hide or I don't hold anything.
Right.
People to take action on my ideal, they need to hear it again and again and again and again. One time is not enough.
Well, we know that, right?
So
we
I'm
kinda gotta
not
drill it
afraid.
into them.
I'm not afraid to say everything.
Right.
Yeah, because I know people not going to take action on one time they hear it.
Right.
That's make them feel good. No more than that.
Oh, she felt good enough to want to write you a check?
Look, if you're not Norman, if you not take action on my ideal that you want to do, what the point to work together?
Well, she wants to take action on your right. That's why she was going to write you a check.
Well,
She
no,
did
yeah,
took-
but
she
no,
did took action.
I understand his point is that she's going to pay me down the road. Let's get her working. Let's get her successful, and then she'll pay me. He's not interested. The money isn't the thing that drives him. It's helping people.
All right, so we're talking about two different things here now. Now we're talking what makes Haim feel good, okay, and what would make back to what's in their mind and the way you want them to feel, and
Right.
versus what the client is. So,
I give you a story from the other end. Some idiot.
But hold on, and I'm going to address his point. You're absolutely right. The reason why Haim does this is because it makes him feel good.
exactly.
All right. This is the whole reason you got into this is because, like you said, you want to help people, and it makes you feel good to help people.
And the
Well,
fact
probably
that she was
there's
willing
money
to give you a check,
Here
that should
is
make
something.
you feel super.
Here is something that drives people to do something in life. Feeling. If you don't feel like it, you're not going to do it.
Right.
It's not logic and common sense.
Mhm.
We justify it later on with logic and common sense, but we
Yeah, but
we do everything from feeling.
we do it from exactly.
We do-
People do things because of their emotions.
Yes.
You just hit it right on the head.
Yeah.
You know, common sense is because how many times do we hear people go, I know I'm supposed to do this, or I know I should do it this.
They
do
go
this.
to logic.
They right, and they know common sense and logic. They're supposed to
Doesn't
do
work.
this, but their feelings don't let them do it for whatever reason. Right. So what we got to try to do is kind of align them in that way and do that.
Here's the story that how people are idiot. It was one guy from Citibank, a mortgage guy.
Right.
He said to me, "Look, I have $2 million in my book of business.
Mm-hmm.
I want to double that. If I double that, the corporate going to see what I'm doing. I'm going to climb up the ladder.
Right.
Can you do something about that?" Say a second. We sat down for about an hour and a half. I asked him, "I want to know what is your activity since you came to the office until you leave. Mm-hmm. What is that exactly you're doing?" So he gave me his activity, and I said, "This one do more, this one do less. This one do more, this one do less." And we met after 1 month. He got to $5 million.
Nice.
Now in mortgage, all what you need, it's about 6 people.
Yeah.
Because every mortgage is about $500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 6 people give you the 3 million. Yeah. Simple math.
He did good. Haim, I could sit here all night talking to you, but our hour is up.
Tick-tock.
Okay. Tick-tock. Our time just flew by.
Told you.
I really want to
live the experience how the time flies on the Business Power Hour.
Exactly. So, I want to thank you for being here.
Again, how do we reach you?
How do people get a hold of you, Haim?
It's by phone, email, LinkedIn.
So all your information's up on the screen. You can give Haim a call today at 516-424-6289. That's 516-424-6289. Or go to his website, inmotioncoach.com. Find out more information about what he does, how he does it, and reach out to him via email, haim@inmotioncoach.com. He's also on Facebook and LinkedIn. Haim, I really appreciate you being on tonight. You
Great
did
job.
Fantastic job. Like I said, I could sit here and talk to you about this stuff all night long because we have so many stories we could probably.
I felt like I was like one left out of this.
That's it. You usually are.
Yeah,
but that's
well, it goes. I just bring them in.
All right. Thank you, Haim. Have a good night.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you.
All right, my
What a
friend.
great show. What a great job you did.
It was definitely a great show. Definitely
Great job.
So,
we forgot to ask him. He'll have to come back. We got to talk about his seminars.
Oh, yeah.
And the things that he does, to invite people down to watch him live.
All right. You want to give him another quick minute?
Are you there? Haim?
Yeah, I'm still here. I mean,
do you have any seminars or anything coming up?
Yes, I have some health challenges that I'm going to be over. But I planning on do some small seminar. And I have the place. Yeah, I have everything in place. I just need to be over this health challenges, and then I'm gonna be live. Make it small group, like 10, 12 people a time. Every month, different group.
Okay.
And kind of educate about
all right
business life.
So people can get more information about those seminars off your website.
It's going to go through LinkedIn. I posted on LinkedIn.
Okay. Good. So if
Facebook,
you want, right, if you want to get a hold of Haim, or if you want more information about his seminars that are upcoming, look for him on LinkedIn. All of that information is up there, and you can get that information.
And tell him the Business Power Hour sent you.
There you go. Haim, thanks again for being here.
Thanks, Haim.
Really appreciate it. All right, my friend. So.
Okay, you know what time it is? It's accounting time. It's tax time. It's January. Guess what? Next week, unless there's a problem, our resident accountant outside of you, David Kors, will be back on as he normally is in the middle of January, giving away trade secrets.
There we go. Yeah, he doesn't talk about accounting when he comes on.
He never talks about accounting.
He doesn't talk about the Yankees. That's all he wants about.
Yeah.
So I look forward to seeing David next week. I will actually. We're going to be an all virtual show next week because
where are you going to be?
I'm going to be in San Antonio.
Nice.
So yeah, so we're going to be all of us will be virtual.
Vacation, or you're looking to buy more horses?
No, I'm not buying any horses. I don't have any horses, and I'm not buying any horses.
Okay.
No, actually, I'm going out there for business. But I'm going to go see Heather Lee while I'm out there because she's in
Nice.
Austin. So
Good.
I'm going to
Put her
stop
on
and
the
see
show.
her.
Tell her to be at the show that night.
There we go. We'll get her on.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing David and getting you guys on, and having fun from Texas. Maybe I'll have a cowboy hat on. Who knows?
That would be cool. And again, Happy New Year to everybody. Healthy,
Yes.
happy, prosperous year. And we'll see you next Tuesday night, 7:00 sharp, Business Power Hour with Darren and the Music Man.
All right, everybody. Have a good week and be safe. We'll see you next week.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.